Okay, so we did the three main goals. We divide up the 12-week year into is the personal goals, the family goals, and the business goals. So we will today talk about the business goals. If you see the sheet I gave you, it says aspirational vision.
Aspirational vision.
It's on the first page. Or you can just write it down. I'm going to read this if you don't have it.
That'll be good.
Okay, the first step is to establish emotionally compelling long-term vision. So we have a long-term vision, which I love to do it at this time of year. It's because
is it in the book?
No, that it is in the book, but it's more in this lesson plan that I printed for you the last time.
Okay, I understand.
Do you see? Do you have this page?
Yes.
So it's behind this page.
Oh, I see it here. Yeah, this.
You want to read that for me?
Yeah, so from the start, setting up your 12-week year, a strong start creates momentum, and this lesson is intended to get you up and running right away on your first 12-week year. Using this document, you will create your long-term vision, your 12-week goal, and build your 12-week action plan. So your long-term vision, the first steps is to establish an emotional, compelling long-term vision. That is because when applying the 12-week year, there will be some days when you just won't feel like taking action on your plan. To help you stay on track, you need a powerful why, and that's your vision. The most powerful visions address and align your personal aspirations with your professional dreams. That's because in the end, your personal or your professional vision often funds and enables your personal vision. This is true.
Yeah, so can you tell me what that means to you?
Well, I can't achieve my personal aspirations, like, just things I want to do for myself, the lifestyle I want to live, with no money. So it got to come from somewhere. So that's what it is for me. I have to, in order for me to reach my retirement goals, I need money to get me there. And my retirement is like, for me, I want to retire young. I want to spend time with my family. I don't want money to be an issue. But I also need my professional vision to align with that so I can get the money to fund my personal. That's what it means for me.
That is the most important thing, I think, in when we are planning our 12-week year, is the vision for your personal. Like for me personally, I love to travel. I just love to travel, and I want to even travel. I want to take my family to. I would love to spend for them, and that can only be possible if we have money.
And I heard what you said. It's true. It's only going to work if you have some money behind it. I'm sorry. She just started doing something nasty. Just give me 1 second.
Why are you so nasty?
Because your hands are dirty and you're eating this food. Are you done playing? Yep. All right, let me take this, okay? I'm on a phone call, but I can hear you. Just call me if you need me.
Mama, play with me.
I'm going to play with you in a moment, okay? Promise. All right. I'm back.
So take a few minutes right now and think about all the things that you want to have to do and to be in your life. What is the most important to you physically, spiritually, mentally, relationally, financially, professionally, and personally? How much time, freedom do you want? What income do you need? And so I'm happy to do it with you if you want to write down your vision. Sometimes just talking aloud and doing it with somebody, it kind of makes it more solid in your head.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Yeah. So you wanna write three, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. But if you write your 3 top most important, that's going to help you.
Okay, so most important to you physically, spiritually, mentally, relationally, financially, professionally, personally. So this is what so do you want me to pick 3?
Pick 3 that would be your top most important. I would say pick one for all the 3 things we talked about.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, so we have spirit. So spiritually, mentally.
I would say do one like for personal. What would be your personal vision
Okay.
in the next 3 months? Because we're talking about 12-week year. Actually, this first page is for a long-term goal. Like, where would you see yourself in that?
10, 15 years.
I wouldn't even go that far, because sometimes when we go that far, we think we have a lot of time and we don't start working on it.
Mhm.
That's why this book is so important, because it clumps things in 12 weeks. So you only see that much and you want to get to it, and you land up doing more. Do you ever feel like when you have so many things to do and you have only 15 minutes to achieve, say you got to pick up your daughter and you have only 30 minutes before you pick her up and you know you're going to be busy, don't you feel you can achieve a lot more in that 30 minutes than you could if you had the whole day?
Yeah. We're working under pressure.
Yeah, so that is the concept. We are giving ourselves goals, but we're not giving too much time, because sometimes when you think you have all this time, and time will fill up all the space that you have.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I would say, because we are in December almost, and I love to start, like, what I'm doing for my business is whatever I want to start new in January, I'm going to start little bits and pieces right now. So
Right.
what will happen is, say I'm starting a new system, or I want to start something in January, but I feel like if I start in December, I'm not pressured to use it to the fullest or do it to the fullest, but I want to take baby steps. So when I reach January, I can accelerate and go full gas. And coming back on that too, like if the week starts on Monday, if you start preparing on Sunday evening and Sunday night, you will feel that Monday is a lot more productive. Because if you like wake up Monday morning and now you are like finding things, okay, making your to-do, now it's already afternoon and you feel like already defeated. But if the same thing you do Sunday night, Monday morning, you can go head on strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Oh, I 100% agree. When I was actually thinking about earlier when you were saying about like what have you accomplished in the last time we had this conversation, and I wasn't able to accomplish a lot financially. I mean, obviously I had a couple deals going on, but I think that I was more so focused personally, and I finally was able to get my personal life more so together, so that way I can plan accordingly. So I was able to create, my to-do list, and now I'm just struggling with making sure I get my to-do list actually completed. Now I have it, I can go full force. I just need to make sure that it's the skills matches up with the goals, and we get it done in a timely fashion. That's where I'm at right now. That's what I kind of was.
What is most challenging for you to get that to-do list? See, sometimes what we tend to do is be over ambitious, where we put so many things and then we get overwhelmed and we're not able to do that. See, what
Yeah.
happens, there's a downside to that. When you are not able, say you put 10 things and you barely can do 2, you are going to be so disappointed that the next day you feel like subconsciously you don't even try to do those because you already feel defeated. So that's why we are clumping it in 12-week year. Like, okay, give yourself 3 things to do, but make sure it is done.
Mm-hmm.
And then build a muscle to do more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so whatever it is that is, so now you have your to-do. Are you able to, so what's challenging now? What in the next step?
So I've been able to get my to-dos. Now I understand that I probably need to shorten up the to-dos because it's about like at least 10 things I'm looking for right now, but it's at least like 10 things that I really put on that list to make sure that get done. Some of it is not so difficult at all. It's like make sure you drink mindful drinking water and give gratitude, pray. Simple things like that. And then it's also phone calls, doing my letters, and social media. So those are the things kind of on my to-do. I guess the only thing that's kind of stopping me is having the really having sticking to my schedule so that way I can get things done. And also planning out my time. Like for instance, today I didn't realize that Scarlett was going to be home. So now I'm kind of catching up from that. I'm reacting to that. I have a lot of reaction things in my day versus proactive. So now it's kind of like I need to find a way to work with my daughter. And then when she's not with me, really go full force and like nothing's holding me back. I feel like now I can do it because I've prepped. But now, like tomorrow will be like day 1 of my 90 days because there's nothing stopping me and I have a to-do list. I have a schedule and I have everything I need. That's what I was thinking of as what was going to happen today. But then Scarlett was out of daycare. So then I was like, okay, never mind. Prep for tomorrow. But that's kind of where I'm at mentally. Like if everything can just go right tomorrow, I'm just in it. I have everything I need. I've been practicing my scripts. I've been talking to people, not as much as I should be, but I'm not afraid to. So I'm finally getting over my fear. That's what it is. So
and what I would say is divide up your to-do with like work to do and then personal to do and family to do. Because otherwise you see all these things and your mind gets all jumbled up.
Yeah. Because it's all on the same piece. It's all on the same page.
No, so you divide it up. So while your daughter is at preschool, you are just working on the business.
Yeah, the business. Yeah.
Like 20 calls or sending notes or whatever it is that you're going to do. See, on this page, there is an individual plan. Did I print this for you? Do you have this?
Yes. Can you hold it up again so I can see it?
It says an individual plan.
Oh, yes. Yes, I have that. One moment, sorry. I had everything. I've seen that so many times. Crazy. Well, you can just go on. I have seen it. I have seen like the steps for the income that I want to make, the activities that I need to do.
See, if you go like we talked about goal 1, goal 2, goal 3, there is a goal 1, goal 2, goal 3. What I would do is print one for your business, print one for your family, and print one for yourself. So have 3 of them.
Okay. I can't find it right this second. Right, that's why I'm sitting here. Do you think that you can send it to me again?
Okay, I'll once we're done with the class, I'll email
Yeah.
it to you.
That's fine.
I should have it in my email folder.
Okay.
So just write goal 1. I think you showed it to me. You probably have the page that says goal 1 and weekly actions.
I do. I have the goal ones and then the weekly weekly actions. Yes, I do.
So this would be a good place to, if your goal 1 is like 2 closings a month, or you could even like shorten the goal of like contacts. How many contacts do you want? And then your weekly action to get those contacts.
Okay.
So in your to-do, you have your to-do list, but this is what you're going to be working on for your business. And then in this action plan, I'm going to read some so you kind of get an idea. It says take 2 clients to breakfast lunch each week, call 10 past clients and ask for a referral, send out 5 handwritten notes each week, send out item of value the first week of each month, call 10 homeowners to discuss opportunity, time to sell, post on social media once a day, target a neighborhood and send 50 letters, develop letter to promote selling homes, conduct open houses at least twice a month.
Yeah. Actually, we had that. I think we went over that together, and I have these same things for my weekly actions written down.
And you know what you should do that is really helpful is like on this, make it in chunks, like actually do like 3 more main things is like 10 phone calls, 2 handwritten notes, and then maybe post on social media. So these are the 3 things that you want to focus on every day, Monday to Friday, no matter what. Don't let anything come in your way. And then you could add 1 appointment a day. No matter what, you gotta go for 1 appointment a day. Do you think that would be too much? Is that too much? Or you can start with maybe 2 appointments a week and then build up.
I don't think it's too much. I don't think it's too much. I know that you just gotta make sure that I follow up with the people who I'm meeting with. That's it. Like my follow-up system needs to be stronger.
And then on that same list, you can put where you block off, maybe put a note in your calendar every day from say 1 to 2 in the afternoon. You're going to work on your follow-up plan, whatever it is. So every day, 1 to 2, you look at your list. If you need to call them, email them. So when our brain knows that, or, you know, if it would be easier, I'm trying this out and you can see how you feel. Month of December, I'm going to try that out, is before going into my phone calls every morning from like 8:30 to 9:30, I'm going to do follow-up and then go into phone calls. So every day I'm going to look at people I talk to and then first do the follow-up, because sometimes the follow-up seems to fall through the cracks.
Mhm.
And do you'll go for so many classes and you take so many, webinars, and somebody is saying this and somebody is saying that, and there's so many things out there that we just get confused. What are we going to do? So this little paper here, goal 1, goal 2, goal 3, it is to simplify that you are going to make 10 calls a day. Every day, 1 hour, you're going to spend on follow-up. So you know how, like, when kids are when your daughter's in preschool, 30 minutes they have show and tell. Then 30 minutes they have reading time. Then 30 minutes they have quiet time. You know how they block it? So everyone knows, and even the kids know, that at this time we need to do this.
Right.
So we need to keep it very simple for ourselves, Morning, whatever time you start your day, you look at your weekly action. And the simpler it is, the easier it is. As as real estate agents, we are kind of all over the place. So we want to streamline and keep everything. That's why we're chunking everything up into 12 weeks, keeping it tight. Like, this is what we're doing at this time. So do you ever get a feeling when you wake up, you have so much to do, but you don't know where to start?
Oh, yeah. Even with my to-do list. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have 10 things to do on my to-do list. What's first? Here it is, actually. After just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, literally 10 things to do. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I know what to do. It's like, what's the first money-making activity?
And again, break it up. That's why you have a weekly action plan, and I go further and make a daily action plan for me. And my brain, I keep it so simple. That's why I have started doing this, because of 12-week year. I have started making my plan the night before, because I figured out, in the morning when I wake up, and okay, I want to start working at 8 or 9, whatever time you're starting. Now I'm like looking for my list to call. I'm looking, okay, I'm like preparing, and now it's 12 o'clock, and oh my God, by then I'm so disappointed with myself, and you already feel like defeated.
Yeah.
So make the list the night before, get your weekly, and even break it down, like from the weekly action plan, write yourself a daily action plan.
And when you were saying about the action plans for the week, were you saying to like the 3 things, weekly action things I should do, that I should do daily? Like all the way daily. And then for the weekly, make sure I get those done that week, or in a week that I have planned, but make sure I do those 3 things every day.
See, I can tell you this, and after attending so many classes, and I think our main business will come to two things that we really need to focus on is talking to people and going for appointments.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything else can be outsourced or have somebody do for you.
Exactly.
Like, the 2 main thing is like setting the appointment and going for the appointment. And I would add a third very important thing is the follow-up. Now you break it down. For setting the appointment, how many people you need to talk to set the appointment? And how many appointments you need to go for to get the listing or to get the buyer?
Yeah.
That's what's going to be your weekly action.
Okay. That's helpful. I do have some ambitious, very ambitious goals. So I have an idea of kind of what I want, how many appointments I want to go on every month. So that's helpful for my weekly visions.
So share with me, what are you thinking of how many appointments you would like to go for a week?
A week. So it would be good to go. This has 15 appointments for the month. So if I were to have 15 buyers, 15 sellers, that would basically break it down to 1 appointment a day. That's the goal. I know it sounds ambitious. It sounds ambitious to me, but you just said it. But that was kind of like my goal for, in my last 12 weeks. But that's the goal.
I don't think it's impossible. Here's what, if you need to have an action plan.
Now, wait a second. Hold on. Just wait until I finish my meeting, and then I'll get this up.
And we can be done in 15 minutes.
Okay.
We've covered everything. Say you're making calls and you don't have an appointment. Okay, you were not able to set an appointment. What is your backup plan to actually go for the appointment so you don't get discouraged?
What's my backup plan to go for an appointment?
Say you're making calls, okay? And you've called from 9 to 12. You are making calls to set an appointment, but you were not able to set one for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you still going to go for an appointment? So the thing is, our brain, if you say, okay, 1 appointment a day, you don't get an appointment today, you don't go, you kind of feel defeated. And tomorrow you're going to feel, I didn't go for one yesterday, am I going to get one? You start doubting yourself. But if you did go for one today, tomorrow you're going to be charged up. Hey, I did one yesterday. I'm ready for today. It's good. So I'm asking you, how, say on the phone, you did not set it. How are you going to keep that goal? What is your thought?
What I did, I think I actually heard this from Phil, but what I did, and it was good, but it didn't charge me up, but I created an appointment on MLS with the house that was listed for sale in the neighborhood that I was farming. So that way I can at least just get inside of the home, did a video, posted it online, and then that was it.
Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to tell you one thing that you could do that will still make you, it will still be good if you were not able to actually set a formal appointment on the phone. Okay. Is you're going to door knock either a FSBO or a expired or someone in your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That makes sense. It goes to the sellers directly. Okay. I got that.
So the main thing in sales is if we're doing good, like if we are like busy and you're getting one listing here, you have a buyer, your brain is feeling so good and it's going to attract more because you're going to be giving out that positive vibe. But if we are already feeling let down, we're going to let other things come in our head to kind of, we have to always be on the up and up, because we don't want to get in that place. Oh my God, they rejected me and they're not going to talk to me and they're rude to me. We don't want to get in that. So if you're on the phone and you feel like it's dull, go out, try talking to people, knock on the door. That's what I do. If I don't have a formal appointment, then I have someone that I am going to knock on their door, drop off a packet or something.
Okay. That's perfect, actually. Just remember about the pop buys.
Yep. Popeyes. That's why I would say start with thrice a week because you want to keep your spirit up and not get discouraged. Try thrice a week. That way, say you say, I'll go for an appointment today, it's Monday, but you don't get something for today, you can always be calling and set one for Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still not behind.
Right. So
Does that make sense?
it does. So go 3 appointments a week. Just start there and then kind of work my way up.
And then count 3 appointments a week. That means you are going to be going on 12 appointments a month.
That was still, I feel like I could still get that one deal a month from that, or start to get there way sooner than what I'm doing right now. But anyway,
Okay, so you want to put that in your weekly action plan. See, your vision is 12 appointments a month. So from 12 appointments a month, how many listings do you want from those 12?
how many listings do I want from those 12? I would be happy with really 1 to 2, or between 1 to 3, 1 to 2, 1 to 3 a month.
Why don't you say 3? So
Mhm.
from then we can, and if you meet with me next month or the month after, we can actually sit down and see, hey, you know, I did go for these many appointments and I didn't get the listings, or I did get the listings, or what was the, you know, what did you face? If you're not able to get the listing, okay, what do we need to change?
Mhm. Yeah.
So I would want you to write that in your action plan is 3 listings a month.
That would be amazing.
And then in that, to get the 3 listings, you are going to go for 3 appointments a week. You're going to do 1 hour of follow-up every day. And how many ever note cards you need to write. So now that's going to be your weekly and daily action plan.
Yes. Okay. I can do that.
Is that helpful?
It is helpful. It is helpful. Because kind of it's, I have all the things that we talked about, and now it's about separating it so it doesn't overwhelm me.
And these are in this in the papers, there are 2 questions that you should answer is, what will you struggle with to take these actions? What do you think happens that, you know, what are the struggles and what will you do to overcome those struggles?
Yeah.
What time to what time is your daughter in daycare?
From 10 to 4:30.
And every day?
Yeah. Mhm.
So
Monday through
I mean,
Friday.
you need to have a plan ready the night before. That is super helpful.
Mhm.
And so at 10 o'clock, when she's gone, you are hitting those action plans. And you need to, because she's gone till 4. So you need to, you know, give yourself your appointment. You need to set between 1 and 3.
Yeah. I have that in my schedule. So I can do that. I probably just need to move my follow-up earlier in the day. So as soon as 10 o'clock hits, I really need to be following up and getting that out the way so that way I can do my appointments.
Yeah.
To me, in my head, it looks like follow up in the morning and then prospecting so I can get those appointments and then social media. Is that a decent schedule or where would you put that?
I think that's great. Whatever works best, as salespeople, we talk ourselves out of things, So the thing is, we need to keep the plan, whatever it is. Just like I said, think of little kids, in a preschool. They want to run around and play, right? But the teachers have them on 30 minutes. Then in their head, it becomes clockwork, If the teachers take out some toys, they know now, okay, this is our time.
Mhm.
So just like that, we don't need to think about it too much. We need to make our calls. We need to do our follow-up. We need to go for the appointment. Whatever works best for you, and try different things. A lot of times we will talk ourselves out of it, or today my daughter's not well, or today I'm doing this, because what we do, it's simple, but it's not easy, So whatever it is, what works for me is getting it out of the way in the morning, because by evening I talk, even like simple thing like going to the gym. Every morning I wake up and I think, okay, I need to walk on the treadmill, or I need to go out for a walk or do something. But I'm like, you know what? Now I'm making calls. I'll go in the evening. And by evening, I know that I'm not going to do it. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. I need to cook dinner. So we talk ourselves out of things. Unless we set a schedule that, hey, nothing is coming in my way. And we do that, right? Like if I pay for the gym, if I pay for a class at 5 o'clock, no matter what, I'm going to that class.
Yeah.
Right? If we put it like today, I had to be here at 1 o'clock. It's my class. No matter what, we are here, you are here. So that's the most important thing, is whatever works for you. These are the three main things. For me, like social media and stuff, you can even do it while you're with your daughter, like she's playing, you can make it fun time, where she's coloring and you're doing your stuff. But the most important thing is calling, follow up, and
Going on appointments.
going on the appointment. I know a lot of agents, they do their follow up at lunchtime, where they're, hey, pretty girl, where they're following up with emails and they are doing their campaigns. A lot of agents, they do that. They like to get the calls out of the way.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last thing you said. Follow up during lunchtime.
Yeah, they do follow up during lunchtime, where they're, answering their emails, sending thank you emails, putting them on drip campaigns, and they get the calls done in the morning to get that out of the way.
Yeah. I think that would be a better schedule for me, just so that way, like, get the hard part done first.
And also, if you do need to be back at 4 o'clock to get your daughter, you want to make sure that every day you're going for the appointment at 2 o'clock or 1:30. So you give yourself travel time and come back, every day, that, hey, if I didn't set an appointment for 1:30, I'm going to knock on the door, or I'm going to call a FSBO, or I'm going to go to a withdrawn. You got to put that down. And that's where you're going to use this weekly action plan.
Okay. Yeah. I have a question about how do you balance your appointments with prospecting? Because doesn't it take at least, I mean, for me anyway, it would take at least an hour just to prepare for the appointment. So how are you quickly preparing for your listing appointment presentation? and then and then still making those phone calls. I know that it's kind of much without all the appointments, but how did you do it? I have. Okay, yes. I do have my presentation already printed out and ready to go, but I'm thinking more so about like making it personalized to that seller. So as far as like having a net sheet and then any additional questions that you have when you're, I guess you really wouldn't have any additional things other than like a net sheet.
No, you do need an hour to prepare. I would definitely recommend that hour and a half. And if you start getting appointments like today for tomorrow, and anyway, we said you'll do 3 appointments a week. So if so you could do, like, say if you're calling today, you call, say you set something for tomorrow, but today you could still go and knock on a FISBO and do a preview.
Well, I guess I'm kind of answering your question about saying it because I've actually prepared for a listing presentation. Now that I actually have everything printed out and ready to go. I guess the things that you just always need to know is how much they owe. So you put together a net sheet form.
Sometimes I don't, if they're not comfortable to tell me, I do the net sheet and then I tell them to deduct.
Okay. Okay. So it's not that big. I mean, it's a big deal, of course, to get the appointment, but I guess I'm overthinking it.
The most important is knowing the neighborhood and the comps in the area, because that's where you want to look like an expert.
That's what I'm referring to. So kind of like things that you need to know for sure going into the appointment is knowing the area, knowing the comps. Okay. So that's what I would, a comparable sales, like, an full estimate, just kind of seeing what I would price this home at, and that would be in the net sheet. But as long as I have an idea of the area, knowing what the homes are selling by, and then a roundabout net sheet, then it's basically present the presentation like what we have already. Okay. That's good. I can do that within an hour. I was kind of like concerned, like if I'm booking these appointments and then I'm still prospecting and following up, how to best juggle everything.
You know what? Once you do it, you're going to know whether what's important to you. Is it the appointment that's important or the phone calls? Once you get better at it, as instructors, and if you go for classes and all, they will tell you make the 20 calls, which is important. But the importance is also how good you get on these calls to get the appointment.
Yeah.
So if I have made 10 calls and I have a really good appointment, I'm going to stop calling and prepare for the appointment.
Right. Right. That's true.
And the day I didn't get the appointment, I can add extra calls. Like say you, say it's raining and you don't feel like, going and knocking on doors. It's not fun. So, and you don't have an appointment, so you can make extra calls that afternoon.
Right.
And maybe you get 2 appointments for the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, we can definitely do that.
See, there's nothing set in stone, but when you look at these books and you look at instructors, they just give you like an outline.
You want tacos? How will you talk on couch?
Okay, just give me just a moment. I'm gonna get
just a couple more minutes and we'll be done.
See? 2 more minutes.
No, what are they doing now?
Just wait for me. Can you be patient? Where's your okay. Oh, just give me 1 moment. You're set up something to color with. Yeah?
I'm watching it.
I'm listening, Nikki. I'm sorry about that.
Mom,
The appointment and the calls are just so that we have kind of a guideline of what we need to do.
Right.
But if you make 5 calls and you're able to set an appointment, hey, work on the appointment.
I will definitely work on the appointment. So yeah. Oh, see, she's good.
All right. What was aha moment you had?
My aha moment so far. Okay, so let me just go down a list of things that I got. So the personal, business, family. It's very simple, but it's almost like, yeah, why do I have 10 things on my to-do list when all of it's not a money-making activity? Some of it is just so that way I can, drink water. Drink water should be right next to my direct mail. So breaking it down so that way I can really figure out, like when I wake up in the morning, I'll know, look at my personal to-dos. And then I'm done with that, and I have Scarlett taken care of, go to my business. And in the afternoon, go with my family. It's like, I know that, but it's kind of, it was an aha moment. It was a light bulb moment for me. So I got that. And then when it comes to breaking up these weekly action plans, like I've been looking at my 12-week year and I see the things that I need to do in order to reach my goal. But again, it's still so much to do in a week. But if I were to just kind of break 3 things down from that weekly to a daily thing and then have a daily action plan, I feel like that's going to help me figure out what to do during those business hours. And then I have heard of like, what are my struggles and what do I do to overcome that a couple times now. And I wrote it down. So I think I just really need to put it in front of me. Like, how am I going to overcome my struggles? So, because I really don't like having a reactive day. It's the worst.
Don't having
a reactive day. Yeah. So those are like my big things. I do need to stick to my schedule, but maybe if my appointments, I have my appointments right now from 1 to 3. So that maybe it's a good time, but my official time to work, it needs to be at 10 o'clock. 10 to start making my phone calls. Just kind of like seeing what works for me and then doing it. So just at least just trying it out so that way it can feel more natural. So this is just very motivating. Because that way I feel like when I get off the phone with you, my first thing is setting her up so she can get out of my hair. But then I'm going to break down my weekly into a daily list. So tomorrow I can really hit the ground running. Those are my things. This is what I'm going to do today, is get my daily action plan together for tomorrow.
And try to do that every night. And when my kids were little, I would give them something to do. Like when they came back from school, they had snack time and they would be doing their homework. And I used to have my laptop, my phone. I used to be working. They knew, like, I could at least get 30 minutes to an hour. Then we would play. Then again, I would say, okay, now you do your work, I'm doing my work.
Mm-hmm.
So, get her in the habit of where you're not leaving her, but she's still there playing,
Yeah.
and you can do your work.
I can do that. Just like how I was able to have this phone call.
Yeah, she was good for the most part. She just came right now, but so even like when you're doing note cards or social media, these are all things you could do even while she's around. So there's a book called Eat the Frog First, because it's like, do the hardest thing first.
Mm-hmm.
So the hardest things, like you don't want to be disturbed when you're on the phone call. So do that when she's at school.
Yeah. Yeah. But everything else, social media, cards, I can do that when she's home.
Yeah, and you can get her some card stock or some cards for her to do. And hey, you're working, I'm working. And
Exactly.
I would play a game with the kids. Like let's see whoever talks first loses. So just make it fun.
Yeah, making it fun. That's good. I really like the preschool technology, because honestly, that's how we learn, just by setting up these times and having a schedule in place. So yeah, I can definitely get on to that more. Just getting my schedule together. I can do that.
Keep it small, don't keep it overwhelming.
Yeah.
Keep
No.
30-minute blocks if that's, okay, 30 minutes, I'm going to call 30 minutes, then take a 5-minute break, that, whatever works. But definitely writing this goals, goal 1, weekly action, goal 2, weekly action, you'll see. And let me know how it goes, okay?
I will.
All right. Thank you for joining.
Well, thank you.
And you can always text me if you have any questions. I am available. If I don't get to you, I will definitely get to you, within the day.
I know. I know it.
All righty.
All right. Well, you have a great day. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.